Garrett Krieger had a big night too.
Well, that's true. The hat trick from Krieger. A hat trick is good on any night. Now, no hats on the ice for obvious reasons. But another player we want to talk about is that goaltender, Adam Casper. A shutout. He only faced 12 shots, and he hasn't faced a whole lot of pressure at all this season. But that just speaks to what a powerful offense we're going to see from Skaneateles, and what we have seen from them. Also speaks to their defenseman, Luke Renault. What a season he's having. 11 goals. He wasn't a scorer the last couple of years, but this year he is. 11 goals, 1 assist. Skaneateles right now has the formula, but we were talking before the game, Syracuse might be the answer to them.
Yeah, Luke Renault, one of those players who has really gained a step this year. He's not offensively, at least. He's been very good defensively the last 2 years. This year, after scoring only 1 goal in the last 2 seasons, he's got 11 in the first 5 games. And you mentioned the Syracuse Cougs. Good team. Just like the Lakers, they had the state champions. One hockey. Lakers are the defending champions of the 2 hockey. This Syracuse team, not too shabby. 3-1 to start the year, and looking pretty good.
Yeah, the Cougars this year definitely have some flaws. I'm still not sure that they match up to this Lakers team. Lakers, I know really at this point everywhere is home ice for all of these teams, but they're playing on home ice. They've got the familiar locker room. It's hard to bet against them, even with a promising team like the Cougars. Now, we'll see throughout the game as we go. 7:40 till we get to the puck drop, but I'm not too worried for this Lakers team. When their offense has been as strong as it has been, it's hard to bet against them.
These two teams haven't matched up that often, only played once in each of the last 2 seasons. Last year, a 2-0 win for the Lakers team here in Skaneateles. Against these people, a couple goals from Jack Henry in that game last year. Last time Skaneateles lost the game of the regular season was the last time they played Syracuse before that. That was way back in December of 2018, so it's been a while for the Lakers since they got them all on the scoreboard. This Skaneateles team, we've talked about them offensively. They have 35 goals already this year in just 5 games, averaging 7 per game. Just an insane total early in this season. And the 2 guys that are really spearheading the offense in Charlie Asia, as we talked about, Garrett Krieger.
Well, Krieger, yep, 9 goals, 12 assists. He's having a banner year. Charlie Major, maybe to a lesser extent, 4 goals, but that 15 assists is crucial. I mean, we talk about guys, historic players like Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky always had more assists than goals, so it's never a shabby stat to have when you're dishing the puck better than you're shooting it. Now, this is a goal-scoring team. This team knows how to put pucks in the net. Syracuse has a fairly good goaltender in Evan Carter. 32 saves on the year on 36 shots in those 4 games. So neither goalie has faced a lot of pressure coming into this one, and that is going to change. I don't expect too strong a battle at center ice. We're going to see some heavy offensive swings from zone to zone.
Last year's game, Skaneateles outshot Syracuse 30-13 out of 10 goals. Stopped all 13 of those shots. Evan Carter, very good in that game, just not quite enough to get that winner even a time against the Lakers. 28 saves on 30 shots. Lakers have some pretty good players, a little bit top-heavy at times, but some very good players who are contributing this year. Jameson Bucktooth, one of those guys, 10 points in the first 4 games.
Yeah, Jameson Bucktooth, I'm impressed with him. I'm impressed with his 4 goals. I'm impressed with his name, and I'm sure we're going to be impressed with what we see tonight and what, well, people listening to the stream here. Nelson Jones, 2 goals, 3 assists. He's dishing the puck well. Again, this is not the same team as Skaneateles. Skaneateles likes to run up the numbers. Syracuse has kept it a little closer, while their games, except for their loss, actually haven't been that close. 3-goal margins. They're not going to put up the same offensive output, especially against a good goalie.
Lakers 5-0 to begin the year. This has been on home ice throughout the entire season, game number 6 tonight. After sending down Louisville, and I know Syracuse 3-1 on the year, all their games away from home so far this year. Some other guys for the Lakers have been fantastic this year. We talked about Luke Renault. Again, 11 goals for a defenseman. when he was scoring a bunch for Skaneateles.
Well, I'd say for Renault, watch for him when they get on the power play. Because when a defenseman has 11 goals and only a few assists, you know that means that they have a powerful slap shot. Look for Renault at the point. Look for him on the power play. They're going to get the puck to him. They're going to try to crowd around in front of the net, make the goaltender work for it, because when that puck is going out there 100 miles per hour, now I'm not saying a high schooler can hit 100, but when it's going out there blazingly fast, the goaltender does not want to have to search through a whole jungle of bodies to get to it. And that's been a major portion of his success this year, Renault. The team knows how to work with him.
Yeah, that is a huge key for both these teams, because if you've gotten any indication from the last two games between these two squads the last 2 years, it's going to be much more of a defensive battle than we've seen from the Lakers.
Well, we love to watch defensive battles in hockey. A shutout is always impressive to see, and I'm not sure we're going to get that. In fact, I am actually sure that we won't get that based on how expert these two offenses are. But it's going to be interesting to see how two offensive teams adapt to having to play a stronger defensive role and how they adapt to having to be more dependent on getting the puck out of their own zone. That can be a huge deal breaker for very offensive teams. You see them run up the number week after week, and then every now and then they have trouble getting the puck out of their zone. They have trouble getting it out of their way, and that's the game for them. We've seen it topple fantastic NHL teams. We've seen it take down teams in the Frozen Four. And it can definitely happen at a high school level, especially when these guys are a little more inexperienced and don't exactly have the experience to react when something like that happens, when they're shut down and they have to deal with unexpected circumstances.
Getting down to about 2 minutes left of the warm-ups tonight. Syracuse taking on Skaneateles this evening. A matchup of two very good teams. The two defending state champions, as due to the pandemic, the last two state tournaments, now last year's tournament and this year's tournament coming into this year, all canceled. So these two teams will be the defending state champions. Syracuse in Division 1, Skaneateles in Division 2 through at least 2022. Two very good teams tonight. We're going to see a great battle.
We definitely will see a fun battle, and now as we get to the end of warm-ups, something I always love to see is how players get mentally prepared in these teams. They got their strike-up circles, they're going fast around the ice, and that end of warm-up shoot-around is always fun. I always wonder how players can miss the net on the shootout. I know I'm not a very good skater. In fact, I never played it. I actually played a game in my life. We didn't have it where I grew up. But how do you miss the open net like that? Especially when you have two highly offensive teams, as we do here. We're coming up on about a minute till we get that puck drop at center ice, or the national anthem and the reading of the lineups before that. But as Eric and I were talking about, these are offensive programs. We've said it over and over and over again in this pregame that we're going up against two strong offensive teams. And my key to the game here for Syracuse, who in my book is the underdog, again, as I said, is to make sure that when they're on offense, they stay on offense for a long time. And they make it difficult for Skaneateles to get that momentum and to get a break on defense. I know that's easier said than done, but there comes a point in the game where you have to get down to crunch time and you have to enact what you have to do. That might sound a little redundant, but with 13 seconds till we get our opening hockey, we're all just nerds up here.
Final seconds of warm-ups here from WG Allen Ice Arena in Skaneateles, New York. There's the buzzer, and we are getting closer and closer to puck drop tonight. Jesse, we have just gone in depth on both of these teams. Ultimately, your keys to the game tonight for each side to win.
Well, Skaneateles, their key is to keep playing like they have been, is to keep being on offense, even if they face troubles from Skaneateles, from Syracuse, where Syracuse gets some runs. Their key is to just keep pushing. They have a great offense. Syracuse, their key is to make sure that when they're on offense, they stay on offense for a long time make Skaneateles work to get the puck out of the zone and make them work to get any sort of offensive push.
15 minutes up on the scoreboard. Skaneateles lined up at their goal line, and Syracuse lining up at theirs. And we'll step aside for just a moment before puck drop.
Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to Laker Hockey Night here at the GL Ice Arena. Tonight, the Lakers play host to the Syracuse Warriors. And now for the starting lineup for Syracuse. Sophomore, number 5, Jameson Hoctu. Senior, number 6, Nelson Jones. Freshman, number 10, Owen Aha. Senior, number 22, Ethan Petty. Senior, number 26, Tommy Rue. And in goal, senior, number 20, Evan Carter. And now for your hometown, the Skaneateles Lakers. And number 12, Garrett Krieger. 8th grader, number 19, Henry Major. Sophomore, number 21, Charlie Major. Freshman, number 8, Drew Jensen. Junior, number 20, Luke Renault. And in goal, senior, number 44, Adam Kasper. The officials for tonight's game, Mr. Jason Ellis and Mr. Dave Devereaux. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise, remove your hats and caps as we honor our country with the Plum Bar National Anthem.
Syracuse and Skaneateles set to do battle tonight from WG Allen Ice Arena in Skaneateles, New York. Eric Moon, Jesse Cook with you once again. Starting goaltenders tonight here. First for the Cougars, Evan Carter, the senior, with a .225 goals against this season. He has started all 4 games for the Cougars so far. 3-1 on the year, 66 total saves this season. Carter's been very good for the Cougars. On the other side, Adam Kasper, steady Adam Kasper for the Lakers as always in between the pipes. Hasn't allowed a goal in over a week, over 123 minutes of play. He allowed 2 against Cortland Holmer back on February 10th. Hasn't allowed a goal since. Garrett Krieger, Nelson Jones at center ice. Get us underway from Skaneateles. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as the Cougars and the Lakers do battle once again for the first time in a little more than a year. Jensen leads it ahead, the dump in, bounces away from Ethan Petty. Petty sends it around for Rio. Rio ahead, and the Cougars try to get it out, but it's kept in by the Lakers at the blue line. Petty drops it off, and now it's Rio banking it ahead, just out of the zone and past the defender, Renault. Here come the Cougars. Owen Mahar to the goal. And now it's Jones with a shot and a blocker save made by Casper. Puck ricochets around. The chip by Henry Major wouldn't go. And now it's Charlie Major sending it ahead for his brother Henry. And the pass ahead for Krieger tips to a Cougar stick. Renault through center. And he's poke checked. Renault will recover it though at center ice and send it back in. Cougars are in all black tonight, black jerseys, black pants. Skaneateles in gold jerseys with navy blue trim and navy blue pants. With it on the stretch pass is Colin Morrissey. He'll just chip it ahead. Now here come the Lakers. It's tipped away. Dump an attempt from Jack Weeks. Gets in there. Now there's Weeks centering try out in front. Jacob French gets it on goal. It's still loose to the side of the net. And the net comes off its mooring, so we get a stoppage. Our first of the night. 1 minute and 22 seconds in the first period.
Well, we're seeing a good attack from Syracuse right out of the gate. They're already putting shots on goal. They're forcing Casper to make some intricate saves.
Draw win for the Lakers. Centering shot out in front. Stopped by the paddle. Here's a shot. They score! Jacob French picks the corner. And the Lakers have a 1-0 lead.
Well, Skaneateles just worked the problem right off the face-off. They got the puck going the right direction. Well, really the wrong direction. It didn't go back to one of their players. But behind the net, they made Carter search for the puck. Popped right out in front. Easy goal for French. Great movement.
We talked in the pregame about getting traffic in front of the goal. There wasn't much traffic on that play, and French was out in the slot, but he just got enough room and just got enough traffic in front to pick the corner so that Evan Carter could not see the puck before it found Twine. Out at center, the Cougars with it, it's Cameron Walsh. And that puck deflects out of play into the Syracuse bench. Goal from Jacob French, 89 seconds into the game tonight. Second goal of the season for Jacob French, his 4th point. Nelson Jones gets it by Charlie Major, sends it in on goal. Casper sticks it away. Here's Drew Jensen. Sent it around the goal. Owen Mahar almost got the pick. Pass tips off the stick of Charlie Major. Now to the near side boards, and Charlie Major will regroup. And he gets it stolen away by Nelson Jones. Here's Jamison Bucktooth with a shot that's sticked away by Drew Jensen. Sent around town, and here's Henry Major. Major ahead for Krieger. That's between his stick and his skate. And all the way down for an icing on the Lakers. Just one shot for each side so far on goal. And the Lakers have the only goal from Jacob French.
Not a bad recovery for Syracuse to start putting pucks in the offensive zone, but they're having trouble finishing early on. 12:34 remains in the first period. 1-0 Skaneateles.
And those are some of the guys that you'll see some offense from the Cougars tonight. Usually he'll go through Jamison Bucktooth and Nelson Jones. A combined 17 points for those two players through the first 4 Syracuse games of the season. There's Carter Corbett trying to get it by a Cougar player, but he can't, and it's sent back into the Skaneateles zone where Drew Henderson picks it up. Henderson scored 1 goal last season. He has 7 assists so far this year. That 1 goal, which we heard on the CNY Stream airwaves last year in January, was a coast-to-coast shot, was a coast-to-coast play where he took it right to the slot from his own zone and picked the corner on the goaltender. That's a shot that tipped on goal and caught Carter off balance. It stayed out, and the battle commences behind the Syracuse net. Jacob French sent it down low for Carter Corbett. Corbett still tied up. French tried to kick it loose to the net, but it bounces away. Now Petty ahead. Jack Weeks with the check, and sent off the glass, just off the glove of the defenseman, and kept in, but not for long. Here come the Cougars, and Tommy Rio. His dump in is blocked. Jacob French going after it. He chips it ahead, but not to his teammates, as his line mates were getting a change. Cougars behind the goal, out with it. Cameron Walsh sends it back around the net, left side. Charlie Major pinching in to try and force the steal. There's Henry Major behind the goal now. Henry Major. Out to the line, Luke Renault. Renault takes the shot. That's sent wide. Garrett Krieger was looking for the tip. Kept in by Drew Jensen. Krieger to the line. Jensen wanted the shot, turned it over, and now here's a chip ahead and a breakaway. Luke Dwyer with it now. Dwyer's in. He takes the shot. Save Casper. Rebound still loose. Casper covers it up before the Cougars can get another shot.
Well, Dwyer got off to a slow start on that breakaway after picking up the loose puck, and that's ultimately what did him in. He didn't have time to make a move, so the blocker save was almost easy for Casper.
A great play, though, by the Cougars, pressuring the points, forcing the turnover from Jensen, and the chip pass ahead by Owen Mahar got to the stick of Dwyer. Here are the Lakers with the face-off victory. Henry Major turns it over. Nelson Jones drops it off. Now it is Hubbard with the puck. He goes down, and it'll be a penalty call coming against the Lakers. Tripping on Skaneateles, and Henry Major will send the box for 90 seconds or less.
Well, that was a cut-and-dry trip. They were both going for the puck, but there's a certain point when a leg is no longer just a stanchion for your body. That's a clear trip, a minute 30 well deserved.
So it's a power play now for Syracuse. Puck sent towards the net is tipped wide to the corner where Nelson Jones picks up the loose change. Sent around the net and cleared by Drew Henderson. Back to retrieve it. It is Cameron Walsh behind the goal, keeping his teammate and goaltender Evan Carter from having to get the puck. Bucktooth on the cross-ice feed through center. Here comes Bucktooth driving to the slot. It is tipped away and intercepted. Here comes Charlie Major now, speeding through center down the right wing side. Major with two Cougars all over him. Couldn't quite get it to the goal. And now it's Walsh ahead for Bucktooth. Gilmore on the tape of Mahar, who takes a big check that time from Luke Renault. It's rattled around, comes right back out in front. Renault picks it up, and sends it all the way down where it leaks through Carter, but stays away from the back of the net. 30 seconds left in the Syracuse power play on the tripping penalty assessed to Henry Major. Here comes Nelson Jones trying to weave his way through. Couldn't do so, but the Cougars keep it in and keep possession with Jamison Bucktooth in the corner. Gilmore now with it. Chips it down low on a cycle. It's picked up by Colin Morrissey and rattled around the boards and down the ice. And that'll pretty much do it for the Syracuse power play. 5 seconds. Here's a stretch pass picked off by the Lakers. Colin Morrissey with it. The pass is tipped and deflects off a Cougar skate all the way down the ice as the Lakers get back to full strength. Henry Major out of the box. Morrissey chips it ahead just past Jacob French, and the Cougars pick it up in their own zone. Just under 9 minutes to play, first period. Skaneateles with a 1-0 lead on a goal from Jacob French, his second of the season, a little less than 90 seconds into the contest tonight. Eric Moon and Jesse Cook with you here from Skaneateles, New York. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Here's a centering try, a shot off the post, rebound, another save by Casper, and then it's cleared. And it may be an ice stain on Skaneateles. It is, before Evan Carter touches it up. What a sequence there as the Cougars get within inches of tying this game.
Well, I was voicing my doubts about Adam Casper before the game, and I was quickly dispelled. Casper, 2 saves in quick succession from point-blank range, proving his worth.
Official giving the instructions to a Laker to get on side on the face-off as it's just sent out by Renault. Back in for the Cougars. Renault charging back into the defensive zone, getting in position. Now French on the boards, trying to chip it ahead. Corbett now with it. He'll send it along the near side boards. French dumps it in from just inside the red line, and his line will get a change as the Cougars pick up the puck from behind the net. That is Ethan Petty with the puck, sending it cross ice for Tommy Rio. The pass off Jones' stick is intercepted. Here come the Lakers. Clymer centers in front, and that couldn't quite be handled by Skaneateles. And now it's chipped off the glass and kept back in by Colin Morrissey. Sent around for Bucktooth. Off the stick of Jones, he tips it out, but not far, as Colin Morrissey sends it back to the neutral zone. Jones ahead. Here's Owen Mahar with a shot on goal, blocker save. Rebound there for Bucktooth is tipped away by the Lakers defense. Jones with 3 Lakers around him. Sent to the ice, keeps it in for Bucktooth, who sent it to the line. Cameron Walsh back in. Henderson chips it by Bucktooth. There's Ben Clymer. Battle commences at the blue line on the far side. And it's sent out by the Lakers by Kieran McGowan. And it will be an icing on Skaneateles. And they will be able to get a change with 7:03 to play in the opening period.
Syracuse is putting lots of pressure on the Skaneateles defense, but they just don't have a finisher. They don't have a way to get the puck to the open man yet. That'll come as the game goes along, though.
Here's a shot towards the net, blocked down, still loose at the circle. Lakers with it, and it's Drew Jensen now. Jensen from behind the goal. Cross ice on the tape of Garrett Krieger. Straight ahead for Henry Major, now Charlie. Charlie in the right circle, wanted to take the shot, pulls back to the line now. Walking in, Drew Jensen takes the shot, it's blocked down. Krieger with the rebound, tried to knife his way through to the slot. Taken away by Syracuse and chipped out. Charlie Major back in for the Lakers. Goes down from his knees, sends it ahead. Krieger with a shot, save made by Carter. A great play by Major from his knees to set up Krieger, and a better save from Carter.
Carter, quick work to pull in the glove side to corral that puck. That was liable for a dangerous rebound with more Skaneateles players right there on the goal line. The Lakers are chomping at the bit to get another goal, and the chances are coming. They just got to get more aggressive to run up that score.
Shots on goal, 5-4 in favor of the Cougars with 6.5 to play first period. That centering try goes wide. Here's Colin Morrissey. Another centering try, nobody home. And here come the Cougars now. Chipped ahead, intercepted and sent back in by Drew Henderson. Back to retrieve Ethan Petty from behind the goal. Rattled around, Drew Henderson keeps it in for the Lakers. He partially whiffs on the shot, it rolls to the corner. It is now sent around by Rio. Morrissey with the keep it. Jacob French centering try, pops up in the air, stays behind the goal line. Now another one off the side of the goal. It's still loose there and chipped out to the half wall. Colin Morrissey back up in the air. And it rolls behind the net where it's easily retrievable by the Cougars. Bank pass ahead. Luke Dwyer with it now. Dwyer will maneuver back into his own zone so his teammates can get a change. It's chipped ahead by Rio, and Lakers will get it again. Here comes Renault. It's chipped away, intercepted. Bucktooth ahead for Owen Mahart. It was just off target, and the Lakers get that back. Now chipped ahead, just out, delayed offside on the Cougars. They'll touch up as the Lakers get it back with Renault. Renault off the glass and out. Chipped ahead for Major. He's in on the right side. Major takes the shot. Glove save Carter. And he holds on for the whistle with 5:04 to play in the opening period.
Well, another great glove side save by Carter, but going back the other way, Syracuse is having a major problem with spacing on offense. They're bunching up around the puck, not giving their shooters enough room.
Draw win for the Lakers. Centering try picked off by the Cougars. Here comes Jamison Bucktooth up the left wing side. Dumps it in around the net. Picked up at the right half wall by Owen Mahar. Lakers force the turnover. Chip pass ahead is off target for Charlie Major. Not enough for icing. And sent back to center where Bucktooth chips it ahead. Krieger tried to stick it by Owen Mahar. Now Bucktooth is with the steal. Takes the shot. That deflects wide off the stick of a Laker. Now Bucktooth centers in front. Nelson Jones couldn't get a shot. Another one is sent off the side of the net. Bucktooth has it again. Centering try. Picked off by Krieger and sent to the corner where Luke Renault tries to chip it out and does, but just out of the reach of Henry Major. Now Major forces the steal. 2-on-1. Here's Charlie Major out in front. Another shot. Oh, what a save. That time on Renault on the 2-on-1. Here's Renault. Cross ice through the legs of Jensen and picked up by Nelson Jones on the carom. And he'll dump it in on net and try and get a change. Syracuse still in the change, and it's sent down the ice out of the reach of Charlie Major, and icing is called on the play.
Wow, Evan Carter, what a pad save. I thought that had gone through the back of the net, but no. So icing going the other way. And Syracuse, I was just talking about their spacing problems. You can't run an offense with too many people in one spot, but you also can't run it with too few.
Draw win for Skaneateles. It just comes out of the zone, but it's chipped back in by the Cougars. And offside as Brady Hubbard didn't quite touch up in time.
To elaborate more on what I was saying, Syracuse, they've either got 3 forwards in one spot or 2 running their entire offense, and that's not working either way.
Draw win for Syracuse. Ethan Petty pressured by Clymer. Lakers battle forward at the blue line with the Cougars. Hubbard, pass off the tape of a Cougar, now picked up. Centering try, deflects out to the line. Colin Morrissey keeps it in. Thrown on net, and Ethan Petty picks it up. Petty around the net to the right wing side. Right there for Adam Fry. Chipped ahead, and it's Drew Henderson to recover. Saucer pass off the stick of Clymer. And now chipped out for Drew Henderson. Henderson sends it back in. And the Lakers will get a partial change here. Approaching 3 minutes to play in the first period. 1-0 Skaneateles. Jacob French has the lone goal in this one, his second goal of the year. It came just 90 seconds into the contest. Sent around and picked up by Jack Weeks. Here he comes speeding ahead. Lost the handle on it at center. And play is blown dead for a penalty call. It is going to be a slashing penalty, but on who? It'll be on Syracuse and Tommy Rio.
Rio headed to the box, and I'm not quite sure. I saw the play where the slashing was called, but he doesn't agree with it. So a questionable minute 30 coming up with the man advantage now for Skaneateles. I'd expect a goal fast.
90-second power play for Skaneateles. Slashing penalty charge to Tommy Rio. Here's Krieger, down low for Major. On the back door, centering try for Krieger. Goes right through his legs. And play is called because the net came off its moorings. Face-off will stay inside for Skaneateles.
Well, already we're seeing expert passing with the man advantage. That's going to be tough to keep track of on defense.
Draw win for Skaneateles. Henderson across for Krieger. Now Henderson looking for the shot. Takes it. It is blocked in the slot. Comes loose for Krieger. And he'll reset. Henderson. Krieger left wing side. Down low to Major. Centering try. Sent away by the Cougars. And Luke Dwyer. Now Krieger. Down low to Major. Major coming out in front. It deflects wide as the net comes off again. And the official will give Evan Carter a warning, as the net has come off twice in 32 seconds.
Well, that'll happen when all this pressure is swarming around your goaltender. This defense, the defensemen have done a good job of protecting the slot, but they're not relieving any of the pressure. They haven't cleared the puck out of the zone once during these 32 seconds of this power play, and there's 58 seconds to go.
Ideally, you want to clear the puck on a penalty kill, but also it's better to bend and not break. And here's a shot from Krieger. That's blocked in the slot. Nelson Jones can't quite get it out. That's chipped ahead, and here comes Owen Mahar with a shorthanded chance. Poked away by Henderson. Now Mahar again in the corner. Mahar behind by Anderson, and now he sends it out to center, where it will be taken just barely by the Cougars, but not for long. Krieger back into the zone, just offside. Charlie Major was just a step ahead of Krieger after he made the move at the blue line. 31 seconds left in the Laker power play.
Well, you can thank Nelson Jones for that offsides, providing good pressure there. Owen Mahar, no help on that shorthanded chance. I know that's when you want to change out, but that was symptomatic of their offense thus far.
Draw win for the Lakers, but it went all the way back into their zone, so they'll reset for the last 20 seconds of their power play. Cross-size pass, tips up in the air. Caught like a pop fly by Colin Morrissey, and the Lakers are called offside again with 16 seconds left in the player advantage.
Well, this is what I was talking about. Clearing the puck, getting it out of their zone, and just coasting out the rest of this power play. Exactly what they need to do, and they're giving Carter a nice break. Syracuse, that is.
Draw win for Skaneateles. Back to get it. Henderson over to Renault. Renault up the right wing side. Stops at the half wall. Final seconds of the power play. Major behind the net. 1 second, and that penalty has expired. Back to full strength. Here's Major throwing one towards the net. Blocked up the air. Deflects just wide. Like a rainbow, it went towards the net and just missed the far post. Here's Renault to the slot. Wanted to take the shot. It was blocked. Another one is sailed high. Now it's Jacob French throwing one at the net off the side. Krieger with it now. Krieger to the line. Here's Henderson. Takes the shot. Deflected on goal, and a nice save by Carter. And the whistle comes with exactly 1 minute to play in the first period.
Well, that power play might have expired with no goals, but that's exactly what you want to see if you're Skaneateles. Get your defenseman the puck and get them disruption in front. Make Carter work to get that puck because as someone with eyesight troubles himself, that's not always easy to do. You can't see the puck very well with a whole mess of bodies.
More traffic in the shooting lane is usually better to try and distract the goaltender and get pucks on net and into the net. Luke Dwyer along the boards, gets loose of some Lakers. Stretch pass ahead, tipped in by Jones from the red line to avoid the icing. Now Drew Jensen to pick it up. Swivels it around for Colin Morrissey. Straight ahead. Here's Jack Weeks with it. He'll dump it in. Approaching 30 seconds to play in the first period. Carter Corbett couldn't hold on to it. It's chipped along, out to center. And Drew Jensen will send it back in. Carter chooses not to play the puck even though he came out of the net. Petty sends it around for Luke Dwyer. 15 seconds of the period. Dwyer straight ahead on the tape of Nelson Jones. Here comes Jones, chipped away by Jensen. Now a tie-up along the left side boards. 5 seconds to play in the period. It comes loose to the corner. Still tied up in the corner. And that'll do it for this first period of play from Allen Ice Arena. Skaneateles with the 1-0 lead on a goal from Jacob French, his second of the year. That came 90 seconds into the opening period. That is the only tally we have so far in this one. Lakers ahead 1-0, shots even at 7, and we'll be back in just a little bit with the second period of play. welcome back to Allen Ice Arena in Skaneateles, New York. Skaneateles Lakers have a 1-0 lead over the Syracuse Cougars after one period of play. Jacob French has the goal 89 seconds into the first period, the only goal of this game so far. Shots even at 7 apiece. A little more than 30 seconds till we begin the second period, but for the play-by-play of the middle frame, here's Jesse Cook.
Well, we got just about 30 seconds to go before the puck drop of the second period. And Eric, can you take us through just a little bit of what went right and what went wrong for these teams in that first?
Yeah, so it was a battle between the Cougars and the Lakers. It's certainly what we expected from these two teams who have played not often, but they've played close games against each other in the last couple of years. Just one meet in each of the last 2 years. Lakers got the 2-0 win last year. Syracuse got the win 2 years ago. So you knew this was going to be a real battle, and that's exactly what we have seen so far. Skaneateles gets the only goal of that first period, but this game is long from over.
Long from over indeed. Well, we know a 1-0 game can turn around very quickly. It can go from 1-0 to 3-1 or 1-0 to 5-0 anytime soon. But it looks like we're just about ready for that puck drop. And again, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Skaneateles at home against Syracuse High School Hockey. I'm Jesse Cook alongside Eric Moon for CNY Streams. And the teams are getting set for the opening for the period. No clear decision on who will take these face-offs. Looks like it's going to be Drew Nose. Nelson Jones circling around the face-off circle, getting ready to spar with Garrett Krieger, two of our top performers in this one thus far. 15 minutes starts right now. Face-off goes back to Skaneateles now, coming down on the near side boards. That's Renault's pass, tipped away and taken by Syracuse. Back across the center ice, Syracuse taking it down the far side, and that will go into the bench area. Syracuse going left to right. Skaneateles going right to left. We'll get a neutral zone face-off from center ice. Jones back on the draw against Krieger. Face-off, Krieger wins again. Now Renault's pass tipped away, trying to take it in on net, but Renault will carry it back. Now down going on the near side blue line, shot, wrister save by Carter. A dagger of an effort there, but Syracuse will hold on to it. 14:34 remains in the second period of play. We're just 26 seconds in, still 1-0 Skaneateles. Krieger and Jones going at it again on the faceoff, and Jones wins the draw this time, but it will stay on the defensive zone. Now Jones slips in a battle, pass out in front, tipped away by the stick of Jones, coming back towards the offensive side, tipped in front of the net, gloved high in the air by Carter on the slap shot from the blue line.
There is one thing you definitely do not want to do when the other team is taking a shot from the point. That is put your stick in the lane, the shooting lane, as a defender, because that was almost disastrous for Syracuse. That is one of my pet peeves, actually, when it comes to shot from the point. Never try to block the shot with your stick, because you know bad things can happen and it can deflect right into the back of your net.
Now Walsh sends it around, but kept out at the blue line. Skaneateles will try for another offensive push. Tons of sticks in the lane. Will take it back. Neutral zone on the near side boards. Dumped in. And behind the net, it'll be picked up by Drew Henderson. Henderson's pass blocked away. Now they've got numbers. That's Henry Major and Henderson. Henderson on the near side pass. The blue line turns around, stops. And he sends it cross ice towards the slot. Shot! Save! Save! Sends it back out to the blue line. Dumped in, and now Skaneateles in disarray. The wraparound shot, no good. Save by Carter, and he's been everywhere. Syracuse going the other way. They clear it out. 13:58 left in the second period of play.
Tell you what, that shot from Charlie Major, that went off the crossbar from the slot right there. A rolling puck, and that is a really, really tough shot to make, and Major almost went bar down for the goal there. Inches, maybe not even an inch from making it 2-0 Lakers.
Colin Morrissey behind the net for Skaneateles. takes it back out. Now center ice pass goes nowhere. Not icing as it hit a Syracuse stick. Now Mahar battling in the corner. Syracuse can't get the puck out on the near side corner. Battle between Carter Corbett and about half the Syracuse defense. Nelson Jones, without using his stick, fires him into the board. The puck is still pent up against the side. Now Syracuse has some momentum going the other way, but that is short-lived. Shot from Jack Weeks, saved by Carter. He dishes it out. Syracuse can't clear the puck. The shot scores! Jacob French, second of the game! 12:56 remaining in the second period. 2-0 Skaneateles. Jacob French capitalized on a major mistake.
That is the exact same shot we saw from French back in the first period. This one, though, from longer distance, but it's the same kind of play. French gets open way back near the blue line this time. Just grips it and rips it. He's got two players in the slot, in the shooting lane, and because of that traffic in the slot, Evan Carter can't see it until it finds Twine, and Jacob French has his second of the night.
Now going back the other way, Syracuse trying to get an offensive push from Bucktooth. Renault will take it on the near side boards. Bounce pass off the side. And Syracuse will again push it back, but they can't get any offense started.
This Lakers squad, 12 first period goals on the year, came in with 11 on the night, but it's the second period. If they don't take control in the first period of the game, it usually ends up being in the second period, at least from what we've seen in the first 5 games this season. They have 17 goals in the second period, now 18 after that tally from French.
Skaneateles taking it back from their own end, off the pass, off the side. Now kept in by Nelson Jones. Renault taking it back the other way, center ice pass, caught, cross ice pass from the slot, deep shot, scores! Yet another goal, Skaneateles! What a fantastic pass, what a play. Looks like that goal, hard to see the numbers on the jersey from here. Eric,
that's Charlie Major. What a feed in front. That time from Krieger to Major. Just a great little move from Charlie Major. Inside out to the forehand. All Evan Carter could do was reach out with a paddle and try and get in the way of the puck. But Major overpowers him and finds the back of the net. We talked about the second period explosion potentially for the Lakers. Now they've got it.
Colin Johnson shot in front, blocked away. Now sliding play to put another shot on net is no good. We've got a stoppage. Looks like the net might have been off its moorings.
And if you're Neil Purcell and the Syracuse team, that is the exact response you want. Yeah, you didn't get a goal on that play, but that's the response you want. Get the puck off the drive it to the goal, and get a good scoring chance.
Now on the near side boards in the corner, Skaneateles making efforts to get that lead back up to 4. Dumped in towards the net. Carter dishes it aside with the backhand of the stick. Kept in at the blue line. Skaneateles on the near side. Now dumped in McGowan. Curran McGowan in the corner, faced by 2 Cougars. And now we've got a tag team effort just stapling the puck into the board. Syracuse will win the better of it, though. Colin Johnson sends it out. Dwyer can't corral it. Sent back behind the net off of the far corner. Syracuse having a lot of trouble getting the puck out of their own zone. They can't clear. Skaneateles has it up and close. McGowan couldn't pick up the pass from Ben Clymer. And Colin Morrissey has trouble trying to pick up the new pass. Dwyer racing in on net, couldn't pick up the puck from the pass from Casper. Dwyer sent into the boards, 3-on-2, pass across, just goes wide. Near side, Skaneateles taking it back, 10:35 remains in the second period. On the far side from the slot, scores! Yet another goal! Garrett Krieger runs up the numbers, 10th of the year.
Now that is hockey sense from Garrett Krieger. He's got 2 line mates that are coming in right on net on that play. Henry Major goes to the net. He wants a pass. Krieger doesn't send it to him. Then Charlie Major's open in the slot. And while all this is happening, the goaltender Evan Carter sees it, and he's expecting Garrett Krieger to pass it. And Krieger looks like he's going to pass it. But that's the deception of that play. He keeps looking over to the left, takes the shot, goes near side, and beats Carter for the goal. Second period explosion for the Lakers. 4-0 Skaneateles.
Well, he had me fooled there too. I was looking for the pass that entire play, but that little move just broke him free. Garrett Krieger, what a season he's having, personified right there. A dagger of a shot. And I was expecting to see a lot from Luke Renault, and they're barely using him. This team has depth.
And that is the line for the Lakers that we expect to see offense from on these last two goals, Charlie Major and Garrett Krieger. Jacob French with a couple goals early. Second and third goals of the season on great plays where he took the shot, picked the corner, through traffic. Carter didn't have time to react to it. And then these last couple shifts for this top line of Krieger and Charlie and Henry Major, they've just been all over the place. Just relentless against this Cougars defense. And they have no answer right now. That's why Neil Purcell took the timeout. He's trying to stop the bleeding here. It's already 4-0. Don't let it get any worse. Play your game and try and get some chances here.
10:30 left in the second period from Skaneateles. Skaneateles leads Syracuse 4-0. Poked away in center ice. Skaneateles can't hold on. Syracuse clears. If you're just tuning in, this is CNY Streams High School Hockey. Syracuse at Skaneateles. I'm Jesse Cook alongside Eric Moon. 10:10 left in the second. 4-0 Skaneateles. Now dumped in by the Cougars towards the Lakers side, and we're gonna get an icing call. That pass was thrown from just beyond center ice. So 10:04 left in the second.
Much of that first period was, again, the battle that we talked about between the Cougars and the Lakers. Sort of a stalemate after Jacob French got the first goal of the game. But again, it's not entirely a surprise the way the Lakers have been playing all season long, and really going back to the last year or two. The way they've been playing, it's not surprising to see this kind of explosion of offense here in the second period. We've seen it often, and we're seeing it again tonight.
Backhanded across to Gilmore. Now underneath, can't get it on the slot pass. They're getting the opportunities, but they can't finish. Now Skaneateles going the other way, near side boards across center ice. That's Renault. Renault, slap shot, no good. Well, wrist shot, no good. Meant to say snapshot and got caught in between. Now on the far side boards, cornered at the blue line. Cougars can't clear it. The Lakers keep it in, but now Syracuse will take control, and we've got to stop it. Somebody's going to the sin bin with 9:16 left in the second. This is going to be a power play for Skaneateles, as Jamison Bucktooth is a guilty party.
And this is simply frustration right here. A tough board battle. Lakers got under the skin. Just a little bit of Bucktooth that time, and he was caught with a slash on a Laker, and he'll be going to the box for 90 seconds or less. Tough period so far for Syracuse.
Krieger wins yet another face-off, this one against Colin Johnson. Backhanded, held onto by Krieger. He's playing with it in the corner. Now near the top of the key. Krieger from the center, shot saved. Carter tipped it up in the air, and it will go out of play behind the net.
That's a tough shot to stop if you're Evan Carter. Krieger knifing his way right to the slot. Just found enough room to get a good shot off. And Carter can't really see it that well, so good position right there in the butterfly. He's got the blocker in the right spot and gets just enough of it.
Lakers keep it behind the net. Now keeping it along the sideboard, sent out in front, shot from the blue line, save! Carter will dive on it. Evan Carter has had a lot of pressure thrown at him.
On those last couple saves, I think what we've seen from Evan Carter is that even with the 3 goals he's given up this period, he's starting to settle in a little bit again, trying to find his game and to keep this score from getting even more lopsided.
Again, Cougars can't clear. The Lakers still have it. That's Krieger on the goal line, on the sideboard, set back out to the blue line. Renault taps it right back. Krieger, shot, save! Blocked off a body in front. Lakers will hold on to it. Still 40 seconds left on this power play. Shot on net, save in the butterfly. Now in the corner. Lakers still holding on to it. That's Morrissey. Morrissey, the shot on net, save. You can hear the pad from back here. Krieger, can he get the lacrosse goal? No. They scores! What a shot! Drew Henderson pulls it from the side, and this is getting a little out of hand. 8:09 left in the second. 5-0 Skaneateles.
Not a lot of room for Henderson to beat Carter on that shot. But the reason why this one gets through Carter and finds Twine is because it's such a quick release. You know, there's not a lot of room there, but sometimes when you get the puck and it comes off your stick that quickly, it'll beat the goaltender just because of how quickly you let the shot go. And Henderson put it to the right spot as well, just under the blocker, just above the pad, and he snuck it through Carter for a 5-0 lead.
Makes you think of that Patrick Kane Stanley Cup winner a little bit from that angle. Now sent in behind the net on the far side boards. The Lakers have some freedom. 8 minutes left in the second. They lead 5-0. Renault's pass capped away, but they'll hold on. The Lakers of Skaneateles going up on the far side of the ice. Good pressure from this Cougar defense. They're getting a little more aggressive, and this might help. Now stapled in against the corner. Ryu goes down. But the Lakers will hold on as it's near the blue line. Shot from the point. Tapped away. So the Cougars will take the other way, and there's a penalty called. Someone is going back to the box.
These look like coincidentals here. Nelson Jones and Charlie Major were getting in a bit of a tussle in the corner, so we're going to see both go to the box for 90 seconds each for roughing. Not sure whether it'll stay 5-on-5 or it'll be 4-on-4. Looks like it'll be 5-on-5, just coincidentals against Major and Rio.
So we resume with 5-on-5 hockey. 7:25 left in the second period. Stapled in the face-off circle. Skaneateles will come out with the puck. Now trying to force their way down ice, facing a little bit of trouble and a lot of resistance. Weeks in the corner, double team. Pushed up against the boards. Carter Corbett comes in to help, but he's not that much of a comfort. Now once again, that's Henry Major out to Morrissey. Morrissey's pass blocked away. Syracuse has some momentum, but they can't hold it for very long. Hughes gets it back. Jones puts it ahead. And now Marr cannot block the pass. He finally stapled it together, but again, Syracuse has no organization. Here's Jones from the point, blocked away by a stick. Sandwich out in front, nobody home on the ricochet. Picked up again on the near side board, sent underneath. Back up around to Cam Walsh. Walsh's shot blocked away, shot from the point, no good for Mahar. Bucktooth can't get to it, and now Skaneateles having trouble clearing. Stapled back in by Ethan Petty. Petty's had his share of troubles in this one. 6:15 left in the second. Skaneateles has the puck. They lead by 5. Sent on ahead, and no icing on the play.
If you're the Cougars here, those are the kinds of chances you want. The fact that they're getting chances right there is a good sign for Syracuse. But the big number on the scoreboard for them, not the 0 in the goals column after those chances, the 0 in the shot column. They didn't get a single shot on goal that time despite the great chances. Got to get pucks on net if you're trailing by this much.
Well, fast skating takes it underneath and onto the far side boards. Picked up by Curran McGowan. And after some physical plays into the net, the shot from the point, no good from Drew Jensen. Skaneateles keeps it in, so Syracuse will have to work to get things going back their way. 5:25 left in the second. Stapled in the corner, now behind the net, picked up again by Syracuse. Jones fighting for it with a tag team from Ben Theben. Still in the corner, pushed back out. Jensen's shot blocked away by the body of Jones. Jensen again at the point, taps it on ahead to McGowan, center ice, the shot whiffs! A perfect opportunity to run up the score even more, but Ben Clymer has some issues, and that is the perfect opportunity to clear the puck and get an icing.
I haven't been in that spot like Ben Clymer was more than a few times when I was playing while growing up, and let me tell you, that is tough when you get a pass right in the skates, you're trying to pick it up, it's in the wrong spot, and you can't quite get a good shot off. It's such a great opportunity, but it's frustrating when you can't pick up the puck right there when it's right in your skates. It's right there, but you can't quite get it on your tape and get a shot off.
It's like trying to open a door with a key in a horror movie. Shot goes awry, and Skaneateles will take it again at the blue line, tapped away. Some momentum for Syracuse, but again, it's short-lived. Again, they have to start from their own side, and they're having their own fair share of troubles with it, but a delayed offsides will give them some time to move. Now sent in by Jones, tapped back, and cleared again past the stick of Matthew Gilmore. Syracuse having trouble. Ethan Petty has had lots of pressure on him all game. Off the skate of the referee, gives Skaneateles a second chance. Luck of the draw. Referee is part of the ice in hockey. Now sent back beyond mid-ice, or center ice. Sent in, and Syracuse has some time to move with the puck. Not for long, though.
Well, we saw something interesting in the AHL last night with the officials. One of the linesmen in the Nashville-Columbus game couldn't get out of the face-off circle, so he inadvertently ended up screening the Nashville goaltender UC Saros when Columbus scored their third goal of the game last night. Linesmen and referees always part of the ice. Sometimes can't quite get out of the way, but we know they're doing all they can.
Well, we've seen it happen before where referees, they put their livelihood in a little bit of danger when they get on the ice. So it's not always, don't think of it as an impediment, think of it as a dangerous situation. We've seen referees get hit bad. Face-off will go back to Skaneateles from their defensive zone. Led on ahead. Syracuse will take it back the other way, but again, they just can't get the connections. Krieger along the side, forehand. Now on the near side, sends it back to Drew Jensen. Jensen back to Krieger. Krieger backhands it behind the net. Picked up by Henry Major. Major taps it back. No luck. Syracuse going the other way. Tapped down Garrett Krieger. What stick work we've seen from him on offense and on defense. 3-on-2. Big shot. No good on the backhander. Behind the net. Having a lot of fun with it. Sent out to the point. Shot. Scores! Yet another goal. This one coming from Drew Jensen. The same way we saw those goals come through for Jacob French. A whole fray around the net. They send it back outside for the dagger. 2:56 left in the second. 6-0 Skaneateles.
For most of that shift, once the Lakers got in the offensive zone, Evan Carter was a little off balance for most of the time, in main part because of the movement of the puck from the Major brothers and from Garrett Krieger. They were moving the puck so well and getting shots on net that caught Carter off balance. Couldn't quite keep up with it. So when the puck came out to the point for Drew Jensen on the other side of the ice, all he had to do was shoot it on net. And he did just that. And Skaneateles now has 6.
Now he almost looked bored with his shot. Like he had too much time. So Syracuse will take it again from behind their own net. 2:35 remains in the second period. They're having trouble not just clearing, but hitting their own passes. Now dropped out in front. Fired back and finally cleared Syracuse. Taking it the other way, a 1-on-3. Not very promising. Doesn't work for Liam Mahar.
But this is why the Lakers are so good defensively, and why Adam Kasper doesn't always face that many shots in a game, because it seems like whenever in this game the Cougars get past the red line, there's always 2, sometimes 3 Lakers around a Cougar to try and keep him from getting the chance, and sometimes keep him from even getting in the zone. It's just a great defensive system and great play by the Lakers to prevent scoring chances.
Stapled in the far corner. Skaneateles, at this point, they can just waste time. Week sends it back in. Picked up by Ryu, and Ryu has had a tough game. Faced a lot of physical pressure. Dumped in on the far side. That'll be an icing. 1:34 remains in the second.
So if you're Neil Purcell and the Cougars, a little more than 90 seconds left in the second period. At this point in a game that has pretty much just gotten out of hand with 5 goals for the Lakers in this period, now your focus is to the next game, to practice this week before their next game, and to finishing out this game as strong as they can, leaving it all out there on the ice and trying to get something on the scoreboard and maybe mount a comeback if they could.
I was going to say, until you said comeback, what, you don't think that they can get a little Maple Leaf flair and blow this lead?
They've got a chance.
Dumped in, that'll be offsides, it looks like.
If there's time on the clock, the team that's down always has a chance.
I wholeheartedly agree, although with just 16-12 left in regulation in this one, that's a tough ask. 1:12 left in the second period. We'll get a face-off from center ice after, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but we'll get a center ice face-off. Taking back Skaneateles on the far side. Syracuse just trying to run out the period at this point. Ryu took it off the skate, but didn't bat it down to any body part that he could recognize. Now back out, Morrissey can't hold on, sent the other way. Racing for it, that's Matt Gilmore. Gilmore dumps it back, shot. No good, what a save by Casper. The pass to the slot was absolutely perfect, and the backhander almost fooled him. Glove down by Morrissey, 35 seconds left in the second period.
If the Cougars are going to get offense, that's one of the lines they're going to get it from. It is Gilmore, Dwyer, and Johnson on the ice. That line with some great passing, a couple blind backhand passes on that rush, a pretty play. And it was only Adam Casper's mask that could keep the puck out.
Now held on to by Krieger. Sent on ahead, tapped away in center ice, 5 seconds left. Skaneateles, can they get one more to seal the deal before the period? No, but 6-0 is a healthy lead to take into the third. And thank you for listening on CNY Streams.
Looking ahead to the third period, Lakers and Cougars. It's a 6-0 game now, so really the focus for both these teams, finish the game hard, finish the game strong, play good hockey, good solid hockey, fundamental hockey to finish out this one, and then move forward. Play a good solid 15 minutes. A comeback is extremely unlikely, as Skaneateles has the large 6-0 lead. 15 minutes to play. And the focus for both teams is to finish this one out strong.
So we'll be back with action from the third period of play in a little over 10 minutes. So stay tuned, keep watching, and have some fun with us tonight. Thanks for tuning in to CNY Streams. I'm Jesse Cook alongside Eric Moon.
Welcome back inside WG Allen Ice Arena in Skaneateles, New York. It is a 6-0 lead for the Lakers after 2 periods of play. 15 minutes left to play here at the Skaneateles YMCA. Eric Moon, Jesse Cook with you as we have been all night long, getting set for the final period of play tonight. 1-0 Skaneateles lead after the first period. How did we get to 6-0 after 2?
Well, it all comes down to getting the puck out of the zone on defense, something Syracuse just had an utter inability to do in that second period. Great pressure from Skaneateles made life really difficult for Syracuse. Evan Carter, he faced a lot of shots, but he didn't get a whole lot of chances.
Yeah, it really felt like the Lakers turned things up a notch in that second period. They got a goal in the first, but it was pretty much a stalemate for the most part in those opening 15 minutes. And then in the middle frame, really at the beginning of that second period, those first 5 minutes, 3 goals right out of the gate from Jacob French, Garrett Krieger, and Charlie Major. Added a couple more for the rest of the period, and they have a 6-0 lead as we begin the third period of play. 15 minutes on the scoreboard. Nelson Jones at center ice for Syracuse, Garrett Krieger for Skaneateles. And we're off and running in the final period tonight from WG Allen Ice Arena. Luke Renaud dumps it in, a rainbow shot behind the goal. And it's sent up in the air and around by Tommy Rio. Turnover, Charlie Major's centering try on the spin move was intercepted. Here's Jamison Bucktooth. Flipping it ahead, glove down by Renaud, chipped away on goal, and Casper will cover it up, as Owen Mahar was trying to get the shot on net.
Well, that's what you want to see if you're Syracuse. You want to get that offensive push, not necessarily to win, as we were saying at the end of the last period, but to make it interesting and give your team some confidence going into the next contest.
And even if you can't make it interesting, just try and play hard and give it all you got for 15 more minutes. The Cougars don't play again until February 23rd. That's 4 days away, so they can leave it all on the ice tonight. Here's Garrett Krieger leaving it all on the ice right now, driving to the net. Krieger's denied. Carter with the glove save, robbing Krieger of his second goal of the night.
I was going to say that wasn't fair what Krieger was doing, just tearing up that team. But Evan Carter shows us that the 6 goals is not his fault. What a save.
He's been doing all he can in between the pipes tonight for the Cougars. Charlie Major trying to dangle his way through a couple Cougars. Now Drew Henderson with the keep in. And it rattles around the net for Carter Corbett. Corbett can't stop it. Colin Morrissey chips it up in the air. It's batted down by a Cougar. Now taken by Henry Major. He sends it down low for Corbett on the cycle. It's a little too far. Corbett gets it off the skeel. Though from Cameron Walsh. That deflects off a panel of glass and kept in by the Lakers. Play by Morrissey. Pass chipped ahead off the stick of Gilmore. Taken by Skaneateles, and Colin Morrissey sends it back in. The call is no icing from the officials. A little less than 2 minutes into the third period. Lakers with the 6-0 lead. Thrown towards the net. A deflection try from Corbett wouldn't go. And it's cleared out by the Cougars. Rolling puck will just make it to the goal line. Not for icing, though. And here's Colin Morrissey. Turnover. Backhand shot just flutters over the net from Matt Gilmore. Henderson turned it over. Gilmore couldn't get a shot on. Still with possession, though. Drops it off. Here's a slap shot blocked out of the air. Deflects off the netting in the left corner and out of play with 12:41 to play in the third period. Lakers with a 6-0 advantage.
Not bad puck movement from the Cougars on that play, on that drive. They got things going. They got a little momentum. They started to open up shots, and now they've got another offensive zone faceoff. Could be a foreshadowing of a goal later.
That deflects up in the air. Cougars with it. Thrown around the goal. Michael Blowers on it. Pass ahead for Kieran McGowan, tip back. Lakers with it, chipped along by Ben Clymer. Off the glass to the blue line. Soccered back in by Ada McGowan. And here's Ethan Petty, pressured by Clymer. Now flipped up to center and taken by Jensen. Banked ahead for Blowers. He can't chip it by Rio. Here come the Cougars. Sent along for Renault. On the tape of Michael Blowers. Blowers up the right wing side, picking up his speed, throwing towards the net. Toe save, rebound, Karam back out in front. Lakers couldn't get another shot. And here comes Nelson Jones now, speeding through center. But again, 4 Lakers right around him, as all the rest of the Cougars could do was get a change as they were at the end of their shifts. There's a long wrister from center ice that's handled easily by Casper. Drew Jensen now out through center. The defenseman leading the rush up the right wing side, throws it towards the net just wide. Coming around to get it, Sean Kerwick. Flipped up into the air, not out of the zone, still in the left circle. And here come the Cougars, but it's chipped back towards the blue line by Morrissey. It finds a home in the Syracuse bench for a stoppage.
Skaneateles putting a lot of pressure again on Evan Carter in net. They didn't take a lot of shots there, but their presence is just enough. They had good control of the puck in their defensive zone, and they're making Syracuse sweat again on offense.
Here's Drew Henderson with a shot saved by Carter. Couldn't quite hold on to it initially, but with no pressure in front of the goal, he was able to easily smother that one and get a quick stoppage. And we'll get a face-off right here.
Quick decisions like that are key for these teams. Skaneateles is making their entire game on fly-by-night decisions.
Icing called now on Syracuse. Just enough steam on that puck to turn into an icing call, and it'll be another offensive zone draw for the Lakers. And their top line of Charlie and Henry Major centered by Garrett Krieger. Not this time, though, as both the Majors are in the slot. Henderson sends it down low after the face-off win as Charlie Major with 2 Cougars around him. Cycled for Henry Major. Popped up in the air on the centering try, and Carter covers it up in the blue paint.
And again, Skaneateles is just keeping the pressure tight. They're not giving Syracuse an edge, even though the game is basically out of reach.
Draw win again for Skaneateles. Centering try just behind Major. Now Morrissey fires. Doesn't get all he wanted on that shot. It goes wide. Cougars have it. And it's Luke Dwyer ahead for Gilmore. Gilmore chips it along for Johnson. Gilmore waits for Johnson to leave the zone. Now chips it ahead for Dwyer. But the Cougars were still offside. That's the ruling from the officials. 10:30 to play, third period. 6-0 Skaneateles. Shots in the period even at 3. We do not have a tally yet in this final frame.
Well, we've seen some impressive mental decisions and mental fortitude by the Syracuse team. It's just not translating to their hands.
Rio's dump in was intercepted by Jacob French. Now he's pinned along the boards. Gilmore chips it back. Rio worked on by Corbett, and it's tipped ahead by French. Pass whipped on by Ethan Petty, but he still has possession. Banks it ahead. Dumped back in from the red line by Renault. Rio pressured by French. French trying to get the steal. He has 2 goals tonight. He's looking for the hat trick. French. Good work along the boards there. He gets out to in front. Shot on goal, and a pad save that time by Carter. Dwyer's pass for Gilmore, a lead pass, was behind him. Cougars will have to regroup and try to break out again. Rio ahead, just over the stick of Jensen. No icing is the call, as we're under 10 minutes to play here in the third period. Lakers with the 6-0 advantage. Kept in by the Cougars, sent around the net. Renault chips it ahead. Almost intercepted by Liamahar that time, but the Lakers just chip it out. That's Corbett with the play, and it's dumped back in by R.J. Kirkby, but not for long. Here come the Lakers. McGowan ahead. Here's Bowers with a shot. Save made by Carter, and he just holds on for the whistle with 9:12 to play in the third.
Great idea to get that spacing, but if you want to score there, you have to get that shot off faster. You're not going to score firing a cannon through the goalie's chest. Still, good movement by Skaneateles all game, exemplified again.
We haven't seen Blowers, this line of Blowers, McGowan, and Clymer on the ice a ton tonight, but that was certainly their best chance of the night. Here's another one for Blowers. He's behind the defense. Blowers shoots. He scores!
That was a beauty.
that pass from Luke Renault right on the tape of Blowers, and he makes no mistake putting it right through the wickets of Evan Carter, and this is a 7-0 game.
He looked 5-hole and was not mistaken. Nothing you can do but admire that. I mean, if you're Carter, you have to get down to the butterfly faster, but he was fooled. He was expecting that high shot again. He was expecting him to look for the bar down opportunity again, but he guessed wrong.
That whole shift, Michael Blowers was looking for that chance. He was all over the place, applying good pressure offensively, looking for that breakaway opportunity. He finally got it, and he gets the goal for Blowers. That's his second of the season. 8.5 to play, third period, 7-0 Lakers, as Blowers' goal adds another for Skaneateles. And that keeps them right on average statistically for the average amount of goals they've been scoring per game all season long. Came in averaging 7 goals per game. They have 7 so far tonight.
That's pretty consistent. I'm not going to lie.
Only 6 games in, but that's what we've seen. Here's a chance in front for Owen Mahar. He draws a penalty on the chance in front behind the Laker defense. And it will be a slash on Skaneateles. Perhaps a necessary penalty, though, because Mahar was in all alone, and Henderson got him right on the hands with the slash.
I was almost hoping to see a penalty shot come out of that. He was in the shooting motion when the stick came in. But right now, you'll take whatever they give you. 8:03 remains in the third.
If there's any penalty that is a smart penalty to take, that would be it right there from Drew Henderson, because he'd rather take a 2-minute penalty than give up a goal potentially. Here's the stretch pass. Krieger was looking behind the defense, but it was picked off by the Cougars, and now Cameron Walsh has it behind the goal line. Krieger all over him. It's chipped ahead for Nelson Jones. Out to center, and here come the Cougars again. Bucktooth looking for the odd man rush. Here's a shot from Mahar. It's blocked down. Lakers with it again. Now a penalty call is coming on Syracuse. It is a cross check.
Ooh.
And still down in the corner, it's Luke Renault, but he's getting back up to his skates now. In that massive humanity in the corner there, it was Bucktooth from the looks of it who laid a cross check on Renault. It took him a couple seconds to get up, but he looks to be okay. He's still on the ice now. So Bucktooth will head to the penalty box.
Well, that's a crime of frustration. You're down by 7 goals. You're gonna try to put hard hits on these guys. Make them make an impact on this game, even though it's out of reach. So it's a penalty of aggravation, and it turned very dangerous.
Yeah, the most frustrating part of that play for the Cougars is that they were on a power play, and that penalty from Bucktooth ends their power play just 30 seconds in. We play 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds or so, and then Skaneateles will get a power play for 30 seconds. Renault into the corner, battling with Nelson Jones. They're getting into it in the corner. Meanwhile, here's Morrissey with a shot. It's blocked down. Morrissey still with possession. Now it's Krieger. Nice spin move. He's got an open lane to the slot. Krieger waiting, shooting. He scores!
Oh, man!
Now that was pretty. Garrett Krieger with his second goal of the game. With the most patience we have seen from anybody on the ice at this level. And he adds another one for Skaneateles.
Goodness gracious, and we're seeing a goaltender change now from Syracuse. That's going to be it for Carter, but that was just impossible. When your defense fails to stop him on that many crossovers, what are you supposed to do in net? Carter, the 8 goals is a little deceiving because that's not his fault.
There's nothing anybody can do, especially on a play like that, when Garrett Krieger flips that switch and just makes a highlight reel play to score the goal. Pretty much deked out 4 of the 5 Cougar defenders on the ice, and at the end of it, he had a wide open goal. In net now for the Cougars, it is Connor Rose. His first appearance of the season.
and he's already got one shot down. So he's batting 1,000 right now. That's a pretty good way to start out your season.
Now the goal from Krieger came just before the Skaneateles penalty expired, so this is the end of their power play right here. Final couple seconds, just a brief power play. Here's Jacob French with a shot. Pad saved by Rose. Rebound sent to the corner as Bucktooth's penalty expires. Here's a shot towards the net, sticked away. Back to 5-on-5 with under 6 minutes to play. Jensen around the goal. Spinning away from Johnson. And now the Cougars have it with Hubbard. Chipped ahead. And here's Owen Mahar taking a big check from Jacob French.
Wow, what a counter play. He went for the check and got bodied back. Skaneateles with the physicality in this one.
Lakers get the full change. Hubbard, lead pass ahead for Owen Mahar. Streaking in, takes the shot save made by Casper. He'll hold on to it with the glove hand with 5:20 to play here in the third period. Shots in the third period, 9-4 in favor of the Lakers. They've scored a couple times. At the 6:06 mark, it was Michael Blowers on a breakaway. And then a couple minutes ago, you saw the great goal from Garrett Krieger, a highlight reel play. Waited and waited and waited and waited. You were wondering when he was going to shoot. And once he finally did, the net was wide open because of that great patience that he had on that play, as we're just under 5 minutes to play in the third period.
Well, we were talking before about reasons to play this third period for Syracuse. You know, going into the next game, they want something positive. They want to score a couple goals and have that fresh look. But Connor Rose now has become the primary reason why you play the rest of this game with intensity, with full heart, because you want to see if this guy who's not in high school yet, you want to see if he can do it, if he's ready yet to be a starter after this season.
4.5 minutes to play for Syracuse to get all they can muster, and they may have a chance here. The pass up in the air was batted down by Mahar, but he was just that close to a 2-on-1 with Gilmore. Great pressure here applied by Blowers. Still battling for it along the right side boards. It pops loose for the Cougars. Saucer pass, banked ahead, taken away by Morrissey and slapped down the other way for an icing call on Skaneateles. 3:57 now to go in the third period. Upcoming schedule for these two teams. Their next opponent is the same opponent. Syracuse, Skaneateles rather, will take on Ontario Bay right back here on YouTube on Sunday night. That is a 6:30 puck drop between Ontario Bay and Skaneateles. As here come the Lakers. Ben Clymer, inside out move, sends it back in as he couldn't find an open lane for a shot or to pass. Clymer in the corner. There to help is Kieran McGowan. Now it's sent out and ahead. Here come the Cougars, and it's chipped in by Colin Johnson. Upcoming schedule for the Cougars. They'll play Ontario Bay as well in their next game, that one on the road. But that won't come until Tuesday nights for Syracuse, as that one pops into the Lakers bench for a stoppage.
And we've seen a bit of a decrease in energy from both these sides as the third period has progressed. Skaneateles started out very excited. They're coming off that great second period, and they started out with a couple of goals. And now they've calmed down a bit, and Syracuse is looking for the fastest way to the exit.
Approaching 3 minutes to play here in the third period. Charlie Major, right wing side, takes the shot. Rose just got a piece of it with the shaft of his stick, making the save on Charlie Major, excuse me. Here come the Cougars. Dwyer with the lead pass for Brady Hubbard. Streaking in. Hubbard right to the goal. He goes down on a trip. No penalty shot here, as Hubbard was not completely behind the defenseman in Henderson. So Drew Henderson will go back to the penalty box for a tripping call this time. As Hubbard got a step on him, Henderson, all he pretty much could do was get the stick out and trip him up to keep him from getting a shot on goal.
Well, when you're up by this much, nothing more you can do to make sure you stay ahead by a fair margin than just making sure that you keep things safe like that.
Valuable power play time here late for the Cougars to try and get something going offensively, some good zone time. Even if you don't score a goal here, just to take some momentum just a little bit into practice this week. There's a centering try right through the skates of Ethan Petty. Petty poke check. Then here's Charlie Major on the steal. Here comes Major. He digs through two Cougars. Now has it, digs through another one. Major with a shot. It's blocked down and deflects to the blue line, where Luke Renault will settle it down at center. He'll shoot it back down as well. Major didn't quite have a step around the second Cougar defenseman once he got the rush going, so he kept dangling through a couple Cougars before the shot was ultimately blocked on that shorthanded chance. 30 seconds left on the Syracuse power play now. Puck tied up along the near side boards. Sent behind the net where Drew Jensen picks it up.
You know, you were saying that what we've been saying all period long, that Syracuse needs a good note to end this game on. You know, it's an old trope with married couples that they never go to bed angry. That's the secret to success. In hockey, you never go to practice depressed. You never leave the game with nothing to be with nothing to smile upon. That's going to drastically affect them going into the next one if they can't find some way to make a positive out of this.
The penalty on Henderson has expired, so icing is the call on Skaneateles with 72 seconds to play here in the third period. 2 goals in this final frame. Michael Blauer scored his second goal of the year. Garrett Krieger scored his second goal of the night. He has 11 now on the season. One of 2 players on this Skaneateles squad with 2 goals on the night. Jacob French, the other. He had the first 2 as a penalty is called off the face-off. It's on the Lakers. And it'll be interference on Jacob French right off the draw. Lost the face-off and took down the opposing centerman.
Lakers getting a little careless in the final minutes now. They're letting their sticks go wherever they want, and it's getting a little sloppy. But maybe this can translate to a Syracuse goal in the next 67 seconds.
Yeah, 3 penalties here in the third period for Skaneateles, so this is not what you want to see if you're Mitch Major after this game. That almost was, though, as Garrett Krieger almost got himself at least a shorthanded partial break. Under a minute now to play here in the third period. Unless Syracuse scores on the power play before time expires, they'll be on the man advantage for the rest of this game. A good shot that time. Another one from Gilmore. Rolls towards the net, and Casper makes the save. Owen Mahar had the initial chance, and that was a tough one for Casper to make as well.
Yeah, don't discount Adam Casper's effort in this one. This has not been all offense. 8 goals will just about do it any night. But Adam Casper in net has been infallible. He stopped a number of close chances, making acrobatic saves with quick decision time. He has been just as big a part of this win as anybody else.
30 seconds of play. Renault cleared it down the ice. And Syracuse has 18 shots in this one. At certain points, it hasn't felt like they've gotten 18 shots on net. But that is certainly a challenge when you're a goaltender like Adam Casper. You don't always face a lot of shots, so you got to stay in the game. Here comes a 2-on-1 for Syracuse in the final seconds. Mahar with it. Centers out in front. Gilmore's denied. Great save made by Casper with the right pad. 2 seconds to play, and that is going to do it tonight from W.G. Allen Ice Arena. A great note to end on defensively for the Lakers, at least for Adam Casper, with the great save on the 2-on-1. And Skaneateles takes care of business with the 8-0 victory tonight. A couple goals from Jacob French, a couple goals from Garrett Krieger. Final note from Jesse Cook.
Well, taking care of business is an understatement. They took care of business in such a way that there was no, that they were done at halftime. Look, if after 2 periods you're up by 6 goals, you can just about put it away any night. What ultimately did it was their ability to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Skaneateles had an easy time coming out of the gate in the second period.
It was a 5-goal explosion for the Lakers that ultimately made this one a rout. And the final score of this one, 8-0 for the Lakers. We are so glad for Jesse and myself. We are so glad to be back at the rink and to bring the action to all of you at home tonight. No fans in the stands. We certainly miss you all, and we can't wait to see you back in the arena soon. And the Lakers with the win tonight. That'll do it for us here from the Skaneateles YMCA. For Jesse Cook, I'm Eric Moon saying so long, stay safe, have a great night, and a great weekend. So long for now.